Welcome to our English speaking practice class. I am very excited to spend this time to you because you are going to practice speaking in English. Yes, you are going to do this even if you are in a room all alone by yourself. That's okay because as long as you open your mouth and you speak, you're practicing your speaking. And I'm here to guide you, to help you, to teach you new vocabulary, to teach you new grammatical sentences, to help you improve your pronunciation. And all of this will help you feel more confident speaking in the real world, which is, of course, what you want to do. So, to all my students watching live, hello, it's so wonderful having all of you here. And to my students watching the replay, it is so wonderful having you here. And I know, depending on where you are in the world, you can't join live, but you can still practice. Practice along with us. Imagine you're with me live and make sure you practice as well. So, we're going to get started with this English speaking practice class. Remember, you have to promise to speak. So, put yes if you promise to speak as well. And here's how this class is going to work. I'll show you a picture. Now, there is one word, or maybe there will be 2 or 3 words. And you have to take this one word, look at the picture, and form a sentence. This is a great way to practice because you can form one sentence and then you can think about, how can I change this sentence? Maybe I can change the subject. So we have 2 people. We also have a situation. Maybe you can change it from an active to a passive or passive to active. Maybe you can change the verb tense. Maybe you can add different adjectives or focus on something different. So there are many different ways you can take something simple like this and you can practice speaking for 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes on this one picture with this one word. All right, so we have some students who promise they are going to speak. We have Gata said yes, and Sergi, and Dance K, and Orion, and Rose. Woohoo, Areli. All right, Stefania is committed, and Shield Star said yes, yes, yes. That's wonderful. And all my students watching the replay, what are you going to do? You're going to put yes in the comments as well. So, what can we say here? One smart student said they have just got the key for their lovely new home. Exactly. Very nice. So the subject can be they because we have 2 people. Now, what is she holding in her hand? It's a key, one, or it's keys, plural. Now, on the key, we call that a key ring. So that the circular piece of metal that holds your keys, we call that a key ring, a key ring. But you can absolutely just say they got the key, which is one key, or they got the keys, plural. And notice I'm using the article the because it's not just any key, it's specific keys, the ones they need, the keys they need to unlock the door and open the door to their new home, to enter their lovely new home, their lovely new house. You can call it a house or you can call it a home. A home represents the location where someone lives. It could be a condo, an apartment, it could be a tent, any type of structure, any dwelling. If you live there, you call it your home, whereas a house represents a physical type of structure. All right. Now here, this is where it's fun because we can have one picture, but then we have different perspectives of the same thing. So Caroline said they have just got rid of a house, So the expression here is to get rid of. I'll be honest with you, Caroline, we generally don't use that in the sense of selling a home because when you get rid of something, you permanently eliminate it, but it's more because you don't want it or don't need it anymore. It's not really a transaction of buying and selling, although it is possible to use. It's just not the most common way. I would say I would use the verb that you can see on the screen here in the picture. They have just sold and either a house, meaning any house, or their house, because the house belongs to them. You could also use the house representing a specific house, the house that they own. For example, okay, Horatio. Oh, I just found these keys on the sidewalk. Exactly. And this is where I love these exercises because it shows how creative you can be. We have three completely different interpretations. An interpretation is how you interpret, how you see the situation. So the noun form is interpretations. We have three completely different interpretations. They're just walking by the street. Oh, look, I found these keys on the sidewalk. The sidewalk is the area of the street that's designated for pedestrians. A pedestrian is someone who is walking, So not the cars, the people walking. I just found these keys on the sidewalk. Exactly. Awesome job, everyone. Okay. And here, Beauty Solutions said they just bought a new house for the first time. For the first time. Exactly. I love that. For the first time. Let's take this. What about you? What about you? Is there something that you have recently done for the first time? Hmm. Put it in the comments just for fun. It could be anything. I baked a cake for the first time, for example. So share an example using for the first time in the comments. And notice they just bought. They just bought. So remember, everyone, just means it happened recently, but it depends on the time reference you're in. If I'm talking about my morning and I say, I just ate breakfast, well, because the time reference is short, it could be 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. But let's say you're in the workplace and you say, I just got promoted. That could have been 6 months ago. But in the span of your 10-year career, 6 months sounds recent. So there isn't a set definition of when just is, but it's recent compared to the timeline that you're talking about. Another interesting, clever, I can say clever. Clever means smart, but clever is another way of saying smart. So this is a clever example. It's a smart example because it's thinking of something less obvious. But what do we need to do with your verb? They just made a copy because it has to be in the recent past. She's holding the keys, so the action has already been done. They just made a copy of their lost keys. Exactly. Exactly. They made a copy of their lost keys. Very clever. Very clever. Okay. All right. And Goddess says, I have traveled for 16 hours by myself for the first time. Exactly. Excellent job, Gada. And that sounds like a journey. A journey. Wow. 16 hours. Congratulations. Okay. And Stefania says clever means intelligent. Exactly. Smart, intelligent. So someone might say, oh, that's a clever method. That's a clever answer. That's an intelligent answer. Okay. Aurelie said, I just cooked cake for the first time. Oh, congratulations. Just know with cakes, with baked goods, we use the verb bake. So you bake a cake, you bake a pie, you bake muffins, but you cook chicken, you cook fish for example. You cook vegetables, but well, the category is actually called baked goods. So bread, cookie, pie, pastries, you bake them. You bake them. Okay. So Rise said, I just buy new car, but remember, recent past, I just bought a new car. I just bought a new car. Okay. Manuel, I just called to say I am here again. Exactly. In this case, actually, just is being used in a different way. And native speakers, including myself, use this a lot. To be honest, I would say we overuse this word. I'm guilty of overusing the word just, not in the recent past. In this sense, it means I only called the only reason why. So I'm letting you know there's one reason or a small reason. Oh, I'm just calling to let you know. I just went, I just called her to say goodnight, things like that. Okay, everyone. Excellent job. Very clever answers for all my students. Let's keep going. How about this? Ooh, about to. I taught this in my lesson on Monday, the structure about to, about to. So we need a subject. There are two people here, so you can focus on the couple, they or she or he as the subject. And we need about to. So think about the time reference and think about the grammatical structure. Anissa said, they're about to have a baby. Exactly. And then you could definitely say, probably not looking at this picture, but let's say a week later, they could call you and say, we just had a baby. We just had a baby. So about to is in the recent future, but notice the sentence structure. You use about and then you use the infinitive to have. And you're correct in also using the verb to be. They are about to have a baby. And then that's in that's in the near future. And then in the recent past, we just had a baby. My wife just gave birth, for example. Okay, Philippe, she's about to give birth. Exactly. So that's another way of saying have a baby, but give birth is the actual the process when the baby leaves the mother. I like this one. Oh, sorry, I didn't click it fully. So Louise said, they're to be parents. Exactly. But just don't forget the key word here. They are about to be parents. So to be parents. And then they, the verb to be, are. And then about. They're about. They're about to be. And notice that pronunciation of the contraction. They are. Everyone repeat to me. There. There. Repeat after me. There. They're about. They're about to be. Now, when you have about to, so note, because there's already a T on to. So repeat after me. About to. So I go about to. About to. So when I push out the to for about, I say the word to. About to. Repeat after me. About to. Oh, Horatio, I really like this one. Their lives are about to change forever. Exactly. They're about to change forever. Very nicely done. And exactly, you can use this for any situation. This is something you will use as part of your daily speech. Also, just, you will use the recent past with just every single day. I certainly do. And you will also use about every single day, most likely in your speech. The movie is about to start. Hurry, get the popcorn, get the drinks. The movie is about to start. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, okay, seldom. What type of word is this? Seldom. And then we could be talking about something the man is doing, or we could be talking about something the woman is doing, or we could be talking about something in general just based on the situation of this picture. And seldom is an adverb of frequency, and it tells us that we need which verb tense? Say it out loud. The present perfect. No, the present simple. Sorry, everyone. The present simple. And yes, Philippe, it's the same as rarely. So rarely, seldom, they're the same. You can use either one. So let's review the pronunciation. Seldom, dum. So notice the om is not a strong It's seldom, seldom, seldom. And the pronunciation of the word on the screen as well from Philippe, rarely, rarely. You can use either one. They mean the same. So remember, this is a keyword for the present simple. And Luigi, no, seldom is not often. It's the opposite of often. So often and then seldom and rarely is the opposite. Okay. So if this is never at the lowest, so always, never, seldom, rarely is just above never. Okay. And then often is just above or just below frequently, usually. Okay, so Luigi said, I seldom go to the restaurant. I seldom go to, because you go to a location. I seldom go to the restaurant. Exactly. So you don't do it often. Remember, it's the opposite of often. Okay, seldom do they eat vegetables. Very nice, Hari. Now, it would sound better to say they seldom eat vegetables. So your subject, your adverb of frequency, in this case, seldom, and then the action. They seldom eat. So that's the action, the verb. They seldom eat vegetables. They seldom eat vegetables. Okay. I saw one here that I wanted to share. Omarian said, Sarah, this woman, I love how you gave her a name. That's always very creative to give people names. Sarah seldom buys street food. So, do you know that concept of street food? Street food is food you buy. Of course, it's more on the street in the sense that it's not usually a restaurant where you enter and there isn't usually seating in a restaurant. There could be some tables and chairs, but it would be outside. And then this is also open to the outside. So the outside is all around them. That would be the category of street food. Now, if it is in a physical structure, we can call that a food truck, for example, a food truck, if it is in a truck. Okay. This is a great one. Saima said, I seldom eat spicy food. Exactly. And Rose, I seldom buy junk food to keep in shape. Yeah, exactly. I seldom buy junk food in order to keep in shape, Exactly. Very nicely done. Okay. So Manuel, same thing. Instead of seldom does she eat hamburger, it'd be she seldom eats hamburger, but today she's in a hurry. Yeah. Oh no, I'm in a hurry. The meeting is about to start. So I need to quickly grab a bite. That would be a great expression to use with a food truck or with street food, to grab a bite. That's when you get something quickly. Oh, let's grab a bite before the meeting. It's about to start, for example. Or someone might ask you, are you hungry? And you can say, oh, I just ate. Ate in the recent past because you used just. All right. Awesome job, everyone. Very creative. What about this? Ooh, not yet. Not yet. What can we do here? So we have an activity. What's the activity that he's doing? What's the activity that he's doing right now? Who knows? He is. So we can say the activity that he's doing. He is, who knows? And then we have to think, okay, not yet. Not yet. All right. And Blackwater, yes. Thank you for summarizing. Seldom means rarely or not often. Infrequently, exactly. He rarely visits his relatives because we want the subject, the adverb of frequency, and then your verb. Now, because it's he, you need to add that S just like you did. Perfect. Thank you so much for summarizing that, Blackwater. Yes. And exactly. Doing dishes or washing the dishes. So absolutely washing the dishes. And then native speakers generally just use the verb do as a replacement. Doing the dishes. Oh, and Akam said drying. Exactly. It looks like he is drying the dishes. You're right. Very nice. Okay. So remember, that is what he's doing, but we want a not yet action. So what could that be? What could that be? Hakim said, I haven't started yet. Exactly. You could say that. I haven't started yet. But what is started what? Started what? Okay. Now, John, you have a great start to a sentence. We just need to work on the sentence structure. So, not yet. And you're right in the sense that washing dishes, drying dishes, or just the general term doing dishes. And in this case, you can use the dishes to mean the specific dishes that are dirty, the dishes in the sink, or you can omit the article. And native speakers usually omit the article and just say, oh, I'm doing dishes. I need to do dishes. But someone could say, can you help me do the dishes? So native speakers replace washing or drying with simply do. But for this case, you would want the present perfect in the negative. I haven't done chores yet. I haven't done chores yet. Okay. And Martina said, my brother, excellent job using a subject. My brother hasn't. So in the present perfect, we use has with he, she, it. He hasn't, has not. Repeat after me. Hasn't. My brother hasn't cooked the dinner yet. Exactly. Very nice. Dan's case said he has not washed the dishes yet. Exactly. Now you can say has not, and then as the contraction, which native speakers use in spoken English, hasn't. Okay, excellent job. Ooh, Omarion said Mark hasn't yet finished washing the dishes. Yeah, the placement of yet is flexible. To be safe, you could always say Mark hasn't finished washing the dishes yet. So if you're not sure where to place it, it's safe to put it at the end of the specific clause, because this might be part of a complex sentence where there are two clauses, but at the specific clause you're using. Okay, excellent job, everyone. Wow, we have so many examples. That's great. Okay, so Monsoon said, I haven't written my email yet. Exactly. So I haven't written my email yet. And everyone, remember, because this is in the present perfect, it means you still have time to write the email, to cook dinner, to wash the dishes. All right. Excellent job, everyone. And Mr. Speed said, I have taken up new hobbies. Not yet. Okay, so where will we make this negative? You take have and then you make the negative. I haven't taken up new hobbies yet. And if you take up a new hobby, it means you start a new hobby. Excellent job, everyone. Oh, what could we have here? So we have a crowd. That would be the name of all the people here. This is a crowd. This is conjugated as a collective noun. So this is conjugated as it. The crowd, it. Now, you could also focus on a specific person in this crowd. So you might say, the man in the blue shirt, the man in the middle in the blue shirt, the man on the right in the orange shirt, for example. Or you can just refer to it as the crowd or the people. People is the plural of person. So people is conjugated as they. And we have now, which is an easy one for you, I'm sure. This is taking place right now. Okay. Dan's case said the concert is about to start now. Exactly. Very nice. And Philippe said they are happy now. Exactly. Exactly. Very nice. The concert is starting now. Very good. The crowd is cheering up the singer on the stage. Yeah. And just add now. Now, cheering. Oh, okay. I see. So if you cheer up the singer, it means you're making the singer happy, right? So right now, if I'm a little sad, you might do something to try to cheer me up, to make me happier. Maybe you say something nice in the comments, or you just give me a hug, something to make me happy. But the verb to cheer is like this, woo. So that is cheering, but to cheer up, to cheer someone up means to make someone happy. So it is possible the singer is upset. Maybe she broke her guitar and the crowd is trying to cheer her up. It's okay. We'll wait for you. Don't worry about it. Interesting. But you can also say the spectators, so plural, right? They are cheering. Very nicely done. So people who are watching something, a movie, a sports game, a concert, a parade, they are spectators. Spectators. All right, very nicely done. And cheer. Woo, you got this. Cheer. All right. Oh, isn't this adorable? Well, I certainly think it is, at least. But remember, we see something taking place now, but that isn't the keyword. The keyword is since last week. So you have to think about, well, what could be an action that started in the past and continues until now? Because that is the time reference of since last week. So this sounds like it's been taking place for a minimum of 3 days or 4 days, 5 days since last week. Okay. So don't just think about what you see in the picture now. We need something, an action with the continuation, and it started last week and it's still taking place now. All right. So since last week, I've been traveling with my dog. Exactly. Very nice. I've been traveling with my dog. So right now, she is not at home. Now this is a good one. And Yvette, I was hoping someone would say this so I could correct it. Because when we have an action that happens at a specific moment in the past, there's no continuation to getting a puppy. That happens at a specific time. For example, we got the puppy on Monday, October 2nd. We got the puppy at 9:00 a.m., but there's no continuation to that action. So think about something that would have a continuation, started in the past and continues until now. Okay, Glendis, this absolutely works because a negative action can start in the past and continue until now, but you need the present perfect. She hasn't kissed her puppy since last week. She hasn't kissed her puppy since last week. Very nice. Okay, same thing, Luis. We need the present perfect. Emma hasn't seen her pet since last week. Exactly. You can absolutely say that. Monsoon says she has been playing present perfect continuous. She has been playing with her pet since last week. Exactly. Very nicely done. Okay. I haven't seen my little adorable Mike since last week. Exactly. I haven't seen him or her since last week. Very nicely done. Okay. Yes, exactly, Haval. I haven't seen my sister since last week. Maybe this has nothing to do with the dog. Maybe it's just the woman. She owns a dog, but the point isn't about the dog. The point is that Haval hasn't seen his sister since last week. Very nicely done. I like that. Clever. Very clever. Okay. Excellent job, everyone. Hussein said he was taking time with his dog since last week. Yeah, but we want it in the present perfect. He has been taking time with his dog since last week. And to be honest, I would change take to spend. He's been spending time with his dog since last week. When you spend time with someone, it means that you socialize with someone, and you can absolutely spend time with animals. So he has been spending time with his dog since last week. Very nicely done. All right. Excellent job, everyone. Wow, there are so many comments here. This is amazing. Okay, Philippe says, I have not seen my love since last week. Is she forgetting me? Exactly. Yeah, Siddharth, exactly. It has been raining since last week. Yeah. So, whether or not it's raining in this picture, but we could imagine it is, it has been raining. The action, it started in the past and continues until now. It's been raining since last week. Exactly. Exactly. And I love P says, my friend hasn't been talking. I think you wrote taking, but I think you meant talking. Hasn't been talking to me since last week. Exactly. You can have it in the negative as well. Very nicely done. He has been spending time with his dog since last week. Exactly. Very nice. Sarah, I haven't cleaned my room since last week. Exactly. Exactly. So this is, you could say, I just cleaned my room for a recent past action. I rarely clean my room. I haven't cleaned my room since last week. So it's so important to get comfortable with these different time references to be able to instantly change your verb tense according to the time reference, because in our day-to-day life we do things at all different times, and when we talk to someone in a conversation, we don't use one verb tense. We're constantly changing verb tenses. So this is such a great practice. I encourage you to do this lesson again and create completely different sentences. If you focused on the woman this time, focus on the dog, focus on the weather, focus on the room, focus on something else. Use a negative instead of a positive. So you can change all your answers and get lots and lots of practice with this. You can do it written as well to really focus on those different verb tenses. And then you can also just practice more and do it spoken as well. So, what do you think? Did you like this lesson? Do you want to keep practicing this style of lesson where we practice with different verb tenses? You get the chance to hopefully speak out loud, get some feedback from me. Did you like this lesson? If you do, well, then of course, like it, subscribe, but put yes, yes, yes in the comments. Let me know if you liked it, because I truly want to know if you want me to keep making lessons like this. Is there something you want me to do differently? Can I improve the lesson in any way? Do you want a different style of lesson? Instead of using specific time references, is there something else you would want to practice? So please, please put all your feedback in the comments as well so I can improve the lesson for next week. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. And I'm so glad to see everyone actively practicing. It makes me very happy. And I will see all of you again very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Sending you my love. Bye, everyone. Bye.